The other term we look at under elasticity is tensile stress. Tensile stress, or in simple term, you just say the stress of the material. The stress of the material is the ratio of the force to cross-sectional area. Ratio of the force to cross-sectional area. When we say ratio, mathematically we mean division. So if that is the case, I have the right to say the stress equals the force divided by the area. Stress equals force divided by area, which in the statement you say ratio of the force to cross-sectional area. The symbol for the force is F. The symbol for the area is A. So you have the right to say tensile stress equals F divided by A. F for the force, A for the area. The SI unit now for the force is Newton, and the SI unit for the area is meter square. So that becomes Newton per meter square, which in indices is also written as N to minus 2. The moment you take the denominator up, the power changes to negative. So that is Newton per meter square. Now the material, whatever material you want to discuss here, assume to be a circle. So if the material is assuming to be circular, you consider the analysis of a circle. That means even when you are looking at the cable or wire, you look at that in the form of circle. Like whatever thing you do in the form of circle, you consider the center of the circle here. Any line drawn from the center to touch the circle is known as radius. If I move again from the center to touch the circle, is also known as radius. But if I now combine from this point, from the circumference to the other circumference, passing through the center, is known as diameter. A diameter is a line that connects 2 points on the circumference, this point and this point, but it passes through the center. So if that is the case, the diameter is from here to here and from here to here. From here to here is R plus from here to here R. That becomes R plus R. So diameter becomes radius plus radius is going to be 2 radius. The formula for the diameter is 2 times the radius. When you multiply 2 by the radius, you get the diameter. Again, you have the same relationship, D equals 2 times radius. If I divide both sides by 2, I divide here by 2, this cancels. The formula for the radius is diameter divided by 2. So anytime you want to get the radius, you say diameter divided by 2. Anytime you want to get the diameter, you say 2 times the radius. It takes us to another form. We again recall that the formula for the area is pi r square. Pi r square. Where pi is a constant, which is 22 divided by 7. So if we substitute, we have pi. Radius now is d divided by 2. That becomes d over 2. Wherever you see radius, you put d over 2. All square here. The radius becomes pi. D raised to the power 2 is d square. Divided by 2 to the power 2 is 4. So the formula for the area is pi d square divided by 4. Pi multiplied by diameter square, everything over 4 is the formula for the area. That takes you to the standard form now of the stress. And the standard form of the stress now, since stress is force over area, force divided by the area is pi d square over 4. Pi d square divided by 4. This is becoming force divided by this long division appears to be that. We have pi d square over 4. That becomes, you change the division to multiplication, 4 will go up, and then pi d square comes down. So the actual formula for the stress of the material is F times 4 is 4F divided by pi d square. So when you say 4F divided by pi d square, it will give you the stress of the material. That is the formula for the stress of the material. Term number 1 is what we have completed. We go to another term. The other term is known as tensile strain of the material. That is the strain of the material. The strain of the material is the ratio of the extension to the original length. Again, the word ratio is used here. That means we are going to divide the extension to the original length. We divide the extension by the original length. That means the strain of the material becomes the extension. Extension symbol is E. We divide that by the original length. Original length. Symbol is L subscript 0. But you know that the extension is measured in meter, it's a length. The original length is also a meter, it's a length, it cancels. So as a result of that, the tensile strain has no unit. There is no SI unit for tensile strain because it's a ratio of similar quantities. That means the 2 units are the same, they cancel out. So you have the right now to say that the strain of the material is just by dividing the extension by the original length. The strain is obtained by dividing the extension by the original length. If you can take this to be the original length of the material, that means when you have not applied any force on that material, that is length. The moment you apply force on this material, there must be a small increment. That one that we have added is represented by E. That is the extension now. The one we have added when you apply force, whatever small extent or small unit that is added is the extension. So when you take that extension, you divide by the original length, you have calculated the strain. It has no unit simply because it's a ratio of similar quantities. From this one, it takes us to Young's modulus. It takes us to Young's modulus. Young's modulus. The Young's modulus is represented by capital E. It's also defined as the ratio of tensile stress to tensile strain of the material. So Young's modulus is defined as the stress to the strain of the material. So the Young's modulus is the ratio of the stress of the material to the strain of that same material. Ratio of the stress to the strain is the same as the stress over the strain of the material. So if that is the case, the Young's modulus become the stress. The formula is force divided by the area. That is, for this stress here, the formula is force over the area. This division here appears here. The strain of that material is the extension over the original length. So the Young's modulus become F divided by A times L0 will go. The moment you change division to multiplication, the L0 will go up and then the E comes down. If that is the case, we now have the right to say E equals F times L0 is F L0 divided by A times E. So the formula for the Young's modulus is force times original length divided by the area multiplied by the extension of the material. We progress with that analysis more. The last analysis I have written is that Young's modulus is the force times the original length divided by area multiplied by the extension. If I now separate this thing out, I have the right to say F L0 divided by A times E is the same as E times A. 3 times 2 is the same as 2 times 3. 5 times 5 times 4 is the same as 4 times 5. So A times E is the same as E times A. So if that is the case, we have F L0 divided by E A now. So if that holds, Young's modulus become, we already know that F divided by E is known as force constant K. The first law says F divided by E is force constant, and that is K. We have this whole expression here now is K. So if I put F over E as K, I will have L0 at the top divided by the area. So anytime the force constant is given, the force constant multiplied by the original length divided by area will give you the Young's modulus of that material. Young's modulus is measured in Newton per meter square. That means the SI unit of Young's modulus is the same as the stress of the material.